not fermented. So I made a list here. The fermented ones are miso, tempeh, natto.
Okay.
Non-fermented are soya bean oil, soya milk, tofu, edamame, and burgers, and all those prepackaged things. So the other thing, too, I need to say is that, people say, well, that women in Asia eat a lot of soy. It's good for them, but they eat the fermented soy, not the non-fermented. And they only eat in small portion, probably 9 grams. And in North America, we're more like 20 grams per serving, and it is the non-fermented
Well, yeah,
one.
because any health food store or health food section of any store is going to have lots of soy, and it's supposed to be a good alternative.
Guess what, guys? I discovered that when I wrote the book 2 or 3 years ago. Just doing my research, I was using soy on my salad and the cheese and all that. I'm like, wow, it just, again, you have to really educate yourself. Soy protein isolate, which is a component of the soybean, was originally developed to create cardboard.
I'm going to say true.
I'm going to say true as well, because that sounds disgusting.
It's too obvious.
And the other one that's often there too is soy lecithin, which is also a waste product of the soybean, which is in a lot of things. I dare you to go home tonight and look in your fridge.
Soy lecithin, yeah, that's in a lot of stuff.
It's in a lot of stuff, yeah. Fifth one, soy products are naturally high in calcium.
False.
True.
Oh.
But, there's a but, there's always a but, right? But unfortunately, because they're high in what we call phytic acid, they block the absorptions of the mineral, calcium being one of them. So yes, they are high, but the outside of the soya bean is really high on phytic acid, and when it's non-fermented, again, I go back to the fermented, non-fermented, then it really affects the absorption.
Well, see, with my scientific background, that's what I was going for.
Well, Derek, you did that as part of your scientific experiment years when you were in high school.
Exactly.
That's right.
And that leads us to the next question. Soy protein can contribute to the development of osteoporosis.
I'm going to say yes.
Me too.
Because if you're not absorbing the minerals. Yeah.
Soy has a higher protein value than milk.
I'm going to say true just because of 5.
Of that too.
False.
Oh.
The protein in food item are scored on what we call biological value, BV. So whey has 104. Whole eggs have 100, milk scored at 100, and soy is actually at 74. So what that means is the quality of the protein is lower. Okay.
All right.
Number 8, I feel like we should need a drum roll here. Soy baby formula is a healthy alternative formula option for baby with milk allergies.
Well, it sounds like no. By what you're saying.
Yeah, and
I
again,
would have said true had we not had this
we go back a few years ago, I would have thought that too. So unfortunately, soy protein isolate, the main ingredient, has what we call isoflavin, and they can affect growth because of how they mimic certain hormones in the body.
Okay.
And that's why also years ago they were saying how women, it would help for menopause and all that stuff, but if they create what we call phytoestrogen that mimics estrogen too much, and then it can lead to
So is there a healthy alternative then?
That's a tricky one. I would have said rice milk, but there's also some things with that as well. So I mean,
almond milk.
Almond milk is good, but
what about goat?
Again, pasteurization and non-pasteurization can become an issue there.
All right.
Then number 9, many soy crops are genetically modified and have been exposed to large amount of herbicide. Yep, and pesticides. Not much else to say on that one, I said. And number 10, soy can reduce fertility in women and libido in men.
True, because you just said about the phytoestrogens.
Yes. Giving soy, listen to this, to monk to reduce libido is a well-known tradition in the East.
Ooh.
Interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, that's wild.
So these were the facts on soy. And again, I think it's just a matter of educating yourself and to try to stay away from non-fermented soy in the process.
Yeah, so you want the fermented. That's what you're looking for.
And the soy is everywhere, too, like you said. It's certainly in a lot of protein products, like protein bars and all that kind of stuff. So it's pretty...
Now, is that for everybody, or is this...
It is for everybody.
It is, okay.
Yeah. The soy industry has done a really good job at making us think that it's really good. And again, marketing, I keep going back to that in my book, that you really have to look at the science behind it. And it's cheap, right? So they have crops of soy and so forth. So it's, like I said, a little bit here and there is not going to kill anyone, but I think a lot of people are eating a lot of soy, not knowing or trying to be, especially the vegetarian, right?
It's a very healthy alternative. There's no doubt about it. It. Always a pleasure having you on the show,
Natalie.
Again,
you're great.
Another eye-opener.
Good.
anymore. I've got to look at my fermented and non-fermented soy now. Another thing on my mind.
That's
Listen,
right.
don't go anywhere. It is National Volunteer Week here right across the country. We're going to introduce you to a great organization right here in our community that you can get involved with. Don't go anywhere. That was fantastic.
Yeah.